Hey everybody, in this video we're going to be talking about the Schlage BE365 electronic deadbolt. This is it right here, and you unlock it, you just punch code in. Alright, and these come with a backup key, but they only come with one. And it's something you can do if you actually lose the backup key and still want to have one. You could of course have a locksmith come out and rekey it. You could take it to a locksmith, or if there's not one in the area, you don't want to do it, you can go to big box store and just buy a Schlage deadbolt, or go on Amazon and buy one. And the cylinder that's in these is actually the same cylinder that's in the Schlage electronic deadbolts, so this would actually work on some other models of Schlage electronic deadbolts as well. It might be a little bit different how you get to the cylinder, but it is the same cylinder. So first thing we need to do is actually get it off the door. And Schlage recommends not using power tools for this stuff. You don't strip anything. I'm lazy, so I'm going to use power tools. On this model, there's just 2 screws that take the cover off. Alright, then you want to disconnect your battery. And pay attention when you do this here, because it goes back together just in reverse order. So now that the battery is disconnected, there's a little connector here we need to unplug. And then right here in the center, you have your 2 deadbolt screws. And now your lock is free from the door. And then also, if you ever lose your programmer code, that's actually going to be on a yellow sticker on the back of the lock. So if you ever lose your code, that's where it is. So now we'll of course get the door out of the way as one would, and I'm going to change camera positions, and then we'll go about actually disassembling this and swapping the cylinder. Alright, so got the lock here. And on the back side, I'm going to have these Torx screws. I have ran into one that actually had Phillips, but most of them do have these Torx screws, and the size is actually T15. Alright, and then you want to be careful lifting this up here. And you can just set this aside. And here's your actual cylinder right here. And the way this comes out, and once again, it just comes out. And now you've got to actually switch the tail piece, okay? So I'm going to take our other cylinder that we're going to be replacing it with, take the screw out. And these have a little detent in them right there. So you take, and you can find here that will just kind of zoom in on, there's just a little detent. So you just need something to push that in, so you can take the cap off. And I'm using a Harbor Freight poke tool, and you know, anything will work. And you take the tail piece off. If you were to dump this out, you don't need to do this, but there's a little spring in there. Make sure you don't lose that spring. I guess if you do, you have another one in the other cylinder, but still. Okay, and then pay attention here. You got this little black plastic piece, which kind of keeps everything together. So that comes off. Spacing block comes off. And then the piece comes off, and then we need this tail piece here, so doing the same thing. Push the little detent. Unscrew our cap. And we're going to take our tail piece, and then we just discard that cylinder. And we're going to put our tailpiece back on here. Alright, and then when you get the cap screwed on there, what you want to do, take your key, make sure the key works smoothly and it comes out. If the key hangs up like it doesn't want to come out, then you just push your thumb on that, the key will come out, and just tighten it another couple of turns. And if you try to turn the key and it's real hard to turn, then just loosen it a notch or two, and that'll fix that. And I'm going to put this on reverse order here, so the spacing block here, and then click that on so it stays. And now we're ready to reassemble our lock. We'll drop that in, drop it in the housing, make sure that your keypad is on there, and we'll drop this back in and make sure your numbers are all in the right spot. Sorry here, I'm sure you probably won't have a camera in front of you and it's a tad easier. Alright, there we go. And then we just got to put our screws back in. Sorry about that. Work phone rang. Can't ignore that one. I didn't do any more work on it, but I did go get a hand driver just to snug the screws up. Now that that's done, it's working here. See, turn the key, it should drop in, and so that's what we want. And now we just got to slap this back on the door here. So let me switch camera angles again. Be right back. All right, so we're back at our door here, and gonna feed the wire on this model. Put it above the bolt. And you install this here. When you put it back on the door, there's a piece right here with an arrow and an arrow. You want to just turn that and make sure they're lined up when you install this. Save yourself a little bit of a headache. And we put it together and it's not working. You take it apart and check that, or just check it before you do it. And so now we're just doing this just in the reverse order of how we took it off. Wire pulled through here. Okay, I'm just going to reinstall our bolts. And these you want snug but not over tight. And then we got our connector here to plug it back in. Okay, tuck her out of the way and connect our battery. be a good time too if you have it apart to put a fresh battery in it. And reinstall our cover. There's the other screw. Alright, I'm going to just test her out. So, we're locked. Unlocked, so our code's working, which is what we want. And we'll unlock it back here and we'll try out our key. Alright, and then a little trick to this, you insert the key in, you got to hold this so it can't free spin, and while you're pushing, turn it and you will feel the cylinder drop in, and once it drops in like that, you are engaged and you're able to use it with the key. And then to get the key out, you hold it so it can't free spin, pull out, and then you just turn, and then once you get it into the right spot, the key will come out. And it's gonna do it for this video, I guess. Here, don't forget to like and subscribe if this helped you out. And any questions or anything, you can put them in the comment box. And that will do it for this video. And we'll talk to everybody later.